welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the earnings for Microsoft. Microsoft is one big giant company. The stock is must have for my portfolio. For our Elite Pro fund, it is must have. The stock is sinking based on his Q1 earnings. It actually missed his EPS just slightly, but I see the stock sinking as an opportunity to buy the dip. This is Microsoft. This is not some EV stocks or some joke, some meme stocks around. This is Microsoft. Beat its revenue, slightly missed on the EPS. Microsoft stock is down for about 4%. Microsoft is not that kind of stock that you see that is down for about 5-6% in a day or so, but it is currently down, and it's, as I said just some seconds ago, it's an opportunity to actually own Microsoft. But let's look at the earnings details. Which aspect of the business? Is it the cloud? Is it the LinkedIn? Is it? No, let's have a look at it. Let's dissect it line by line. Let us see which of the business is lacking, if there's any at all. But Microsoft is, it's a must-have for us at Elite Pro. Let's have a look at the earning details. Here is the earnings for Microsoft, the Q3 earnings. Let's start with the revenue. Here it stated that the revenue is 49.4 billion, an increase of 18%. Operating income was 20.4 billion and an increase of 19%. Net income was 16.7 billion, an increase of 8%. Diluted earnings per share was $2.22, an increase of 9%. Revenue and diluted earnings per share result include 302 million, and then 0.03 of additional impact. Now let's go straight down to here is 3 months ended in March 31st. Okay, as compared to 2021, compared to this same time, same period last year. Now you can see 2022, you have 49.36 billion. Here you have 41.7, which is an increase. This year was better than last year for Microsoft for the same period. This is operating income. The operating income will, from the revenue increase, you will see that the operating income will also have an increase. Net income here states 16.7. Same period last year is 14.8. And as you can see, diluted shares earning, same period $1.95, and this period is $2.22. Business highlight revenue in productivity and business process was 15.8 billion, an increase of 17%. With the following business, look, Microsoft is a giant. Office commercial product, cloud services revenue increased 12%. Office consumer product and cloud services revenue increased 11%. LinkedIn revenue increased 34%, up 35% from, dynamic product and cloud services revenue increased 22%. Revenue in intelligent cloud was 19.1 billion. Microsoft is, it's a must-have for my portfolio. Revenue in more personal computing was 14.5 billion, an increase of 11%. Windows OEM revenue increased 11%. Windows commercial product and cloud services revenue increased 14%. Xbox, I think this is more or less the lowest. Xbox content and services revenue increased 4%. Search and news, 23%. Business outlook. Microsoft will provide forward-looking guidance in connection with this quarterly earnings announcement on its earnings conference call. That was done already. Quarterly highlight, product release, and okay. Let's move on to environmental, web detail. I want to move on to the financial performance constant currency reconciliation, 3 month ending March 2021. This is more or less of what we have covered in the beginning. So let's move on to um, the uncertainty. Forward-looking statement. Um, these are more like the uncertain things. What can happen, things that can happen, that can affect or that can have an impact. Statement in this release that are forward-looking statement are based on current expectation and assumption that are subject to risk and uncertainties. Actual result could differ. Yeah, I mean, the quality of quality or supply problem, the possibility that we may not be able to um, protect information, acquisition, joint ventures. Anything can happen. Cyber attack and security issues. However, there are a lot of the uncertainties relating to that possibility that we may fail to protect our source code. Things can happen. Imagine, uncertainties. Let's come to the income statement. The income statement, we'll compare this to 22 to 21, same period. As you can see, product, this is the revenue, product 17.3. The same period last year is 16.8, slightly higher. Service and other 31.924. You see, total revenue 49.36. Cost of revenue product, you see that there's slightly higher. Here is 4.5, while last year is 4.2. So you can expect that. Total cost of revenue 15.6, 13. Yeah, so you can see that the more money they spend on the cost has a positive increase on the revenue itself. So let's scroll down to this is the comprehensive income statement. Net income 16.7 billion. Comprehensive income is 13.8. Balance sheet. Let's look at the balance sheet. I like to always see the total liability in the balance sheet. This is current assets. You can see current liabilities 77.3 billion, but I want to see this is my interest. Total liability. Total liability is 181 billion. Now, more or less, I want to see the cash flow. Cash flow. I want to see how liquid Microsoft is. Cash flow. Under the cash flow, this is where you found the net income, net cash from operation, account receivables, account payables. But here, I want to see what they have. This is cash and cash equivalent end of period, 12.4, more or less 12.5 billion, more or less to 12.5 billion. Microsoft is must have for my own portfolio. Microsoft actually, the revenue is 49.4 billion, while the estimate is 49.04 billion. The EPS is $2.22, while the estimate is actually $2.19. I want us to have a look at the technical details for Microsoft. I think apart from the fundamentals and other financial stuff, the technical details, it's actually key on Microsoft where it is at the moment. Let's have a look at it, whether it's trading below 20-day or 200-day or whatever. Let's have a look at it. Here is the technical chart for Microsoft. Microsoft stock is up today after the earnings. The earnings is actually quite good. Let's just start with drawing a support line here. I think there's a resistance here for Microsoft. Microsoft is trading below 50-day and 20-day moving average, but the 50-day and 20-day moving average is standing here as resistance. So this is a daily chart. He was actually down yesterday immediately after the declaration of the earnings. But as you can see, the stock is back up here now. Let's have a look at the weekly chart for Microsoft. Okay, well, I'd already had this some weeks ago, so let's have a look at the clean. Okay, well, as you can see, Microsoft is on an upward trend. Here I can draw the same resistance tone support here, or It's still a resistance here. And so Microsoft is trading below 50-day moving average on a weekly chart as well, and there's a resistance here. Whether he breaks this resistance on the upside is a different thing. Maybe by the end of the trading day today, that may happen. But as we can see, the stock actually, broke this channel line to sit on the support here, but the support is turning resistance as of today. So let's have a look back on a daily chart. On a daily chart, we can actually draw another line here, which shows that Microsoft has been trading within this channel between 280 and 305. And we have seen the details for the earnings for Microsoft, and we have seen the technical details. Now it is up to you. I have added to my position, whether you want to add to your own position or whether you are getting Microsoft as fresh. But Microsoft being down for about 4% is, to me, I feel it's a buying opportunity, so I have bought the dip. But do not do as I do without you using your own metric valuation. Use your own way of valuation to see if this stock is good for you. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for subscribing. We'll continue to produce content that will support your investment journey. Thank you. Please call again.